put out the fire of heartburn. Dr. Oz has the plan to end toxic acid reflux.
There's a new food category that actually changed your heartburn reflux.
The best foods to neutralize acid, detoxify your body, and end your pain for good. Plus,
It's been a tough year. Divorce, husband in prison. How do you hold up under the stress?
Real Housewife Phaedra Parks opens up. Coming up next on Dr. Oz.
So, if you battle the painful discomfort of heartburn, you are not alone. There are 15 million flare-ups happening every single day. So, before you grab a pill, I've got a plan to help you end your heartburn for good. Now, to start this off, before the show, we asked the audience to show us what was in your purses. Look at this. We went through very carefully all the fun things, some embarrassing things too. I'm not going to talk about those today, but I didn't tell you why I was going to go through your purses, but I found some very interesting items. Where's Michelle? Where's Michelle? Hey, Michelle. Would you mind joining me for a second?
Sure.
Do you have any idea what we found in your purses that interested me?
Probably a lot of medicines.
Medicines. And there's one in particular I noticed in yours. Antacids.
Yes.
Yeah. A lot of antacid takers I noticed. A lot of folks taking stuff for heartburn. So how often do you take those antacids?
I've lost count. It can go anywhere from 2 to 14 a day, depending, sadly.
Did the pills you're taking help it that much?
So they help temporarily, but nothing, I mean, it's still a daily stress of my life.
Can I make a point to you? I'm going to say this to everybody right now. Yeah, and you're not alone with this. The pills that we take for some of these problems, like in this case, reflux, they actually could be doing more harm than good.
I believe it.
Yeah, think about that for a second. Could be doing more harm than good. And I'm also going to throw in the antacids sometimes, because just painting over the problem, you're not dealing with really what's going on deep inside. Plus, you get all kinds of symptoms you didn't think were from your reflux that are actually caused by reflux. You're taking asthma medications and taking stuff for headaches and sore throats, and in fact, your teeth can get rotten, and it's all because something you had inside you that you weren't paying attention to. So, in order to change this reality, I went to the heart of the South, Atlanta, Georgia, and I teamed up with a doctor who's on the front lines of heartburn. Take a look.
It's quietly become a major health crisis in this country. 50 million Americans have acid reflux. And they're spending $14 billion a year on treatments that often don't solve the problem and could trigger dangerous side effects. Which is why we launched our very first free heartburn help clinic in Atlanta, Georgia. And nearly 1,000 of you showed up.
I came here today for the heartburn clinic because I have sore throats all the time, hoarseness, coughing a lot, and have trouble sleeping because it's so bad. I have been to a doctor and they did a bunch of tests and determined that it was definitely acid reflux. I am searching for answers for anything that can help this. I don't want to have to be taking a pill for it every day. I just want it to be fixed.
We partnered with bariatric surgeon Dr. Butch Rosser and his team to provide free gastroesophageal screenings.
I'm seeing a lot of cobblestoning, and I'm concerned about the splenoid sinus and the frontal sinus. We have some dripping coming from there. You're going to go eat. Deep breath, now breathe. Now we're getting a good view of the esophagus. There we are, beautiful view. Now see how he's getting in the sweet spot, Melvin. Oh, that's it, stop. That's the lower esophageal sphincter. Okay, we're recording. You have no esophagitis. Your sphincter seems to be working fine. There's no ulcers. You can see it, Dr. Oz. So I think that looks pretty clean.
Fabulous.
Now we're coming back. Let's come on back to.
It's not acid because the rest of the esophagus is normal.
The entire length of the esophagus looks great.
So it's coming from.
So why is she having heartburn symptoms?
Yeah.
Well, she has symptoms that mimic heartburn that really are probably from a sinus problem.
So you were put on a pill for heartburn.
Yeah.
And it didn't work.
Well, it made my stomach. I had major stomach issues from it.
Yeah. So that's not the right thing for you.
Yeah.
And part of the reason that I feel so passionate about this is that we're treating things like a shotgun. You were given a pill that's for the wrong problem.
On the other hand, Sarah, a blues singer, came to the clinic thinking sinus infections caused her throat problems.
When I try to hit the high notes, I get like a tickle here, and it just won't go away until I gargle with warm salt water.
When you wake up in the morning, do you ever feel hoarse?
I do.
You know, a lot of folks who have heartburn actually don't have classic symptoms of heartburn.
Sarah says she's never been checked out for acid reflux.
What if the problem with your throat is not that it's infected, but that it's burned from acid? And the gargling with salt's not going to help that.
Well, that's why I'm here to see you, Dr. Oz.
So we scoped Sarah's throat.
See the cords, this has that same cobblestoning.
Yeah. Can you say?
Well-trained cords. What do you think about them?
Oh.
They seem a little bit injected. The sense of tightness, this tickle that she's feeling in there.
I think she may have a reflux, and that'll cause her to feel like she just had what she just did.
For Sarah and everyone at the clinic, the bottom line is all about getting the right diagnosis.
Having a scalp scope like this helps your doctor get you on the right road to health.
Dr. Ross is joining us in person. We saw a lot of folks that day. We screened a ton. I learned a lot from you. What is this heartburn common denominator that you're so big on?
Well, the common denominator is the way we eat here in the Western culture. You know, we like hamburgers, we like chicken, and you know, all of us are fighting that battle. But that's the common denominator because it does two things. It brings acid into our bodies, and also it weakens the valve between the stomach and the food tube, the esophagus, and allows acid to go where it should not be.
Right. Now, I didn't know about the second part of that as much. Acid, I think we all get a little bit, but come on over here. I'll be back with Dr. Ross in a second. There are two groups of acid-promoting foods.
Okay.
And I want us all to be clear on these. The first are the foods that are acidic themselves.
Right.
So fruits, you know, grapefruit in this case, you know, oranges, citrus, etc. They come in juice form. You put them in special drinks, etc.
Right.
Then there are soft drinks, carbonated foods, canned foods. Pretty much across the board, these things are acidic. The second part of these acid-promoting foods are foods that relax that door, that trap door between your esophagus and the stomach.
Okay.
So they allow the acid that's already in your stomach to come up when they're not supposed to. And this is the part Dr. Ross is speaking about that most of us are surprised by. Fatty foods are the biggest culprit here. A burger, I know it looks good. Obviously, you know, anything that's got fat in it, bacon would be included, peanut butter would be included in there as well. Then you got the fat that innocently comes along with our milk and our cheeses and our butters.
Right.
And in addition to those, we've got wine. This is not wine, by the way, this is coffee.
Okay.
I know some people drink their wine like this.
Yeah.
But this is actually coffee. Chocolate has caffeine in it. These help open up that trap door. And even hot sauces will cause a problem there.
I love spicy foods.
You do?
I do.
Yeah. So does this surprise you? Do you identify symptoms with these?
Yes, absolutely.
Well, there's a new food category that most folks have not heard of.
Okay.
That can actually change your heartburn reflux. It's called alkaline foods.
Okay.
Have you heard of them?
I've heard of it, but I'm not educated enough. I really would love to know more about it.
Now, come on over here.
Thank you
I'm
so
passionate
much.
about alkaline foods because they have the ability to combat the problems of toxic acid that's causing your body to have symptoms of acid reflux and heartburn. Come on over. Dr. Ross is joining us again. So if you can, start giving us the plan. Walk us through the best alkaline foods to have on our radar screen.
Well, when we talk about that fighting that battle against heartburn, these alkaline foods are so important, Dr. Oz. Starting over here on the far right, we have our fruits. Now, apples, pears, bananas. Then you go to our green leafy vegetables that we have here. And a lot of us don't appreciate beans and what they can be in our diet. But I tell you, this can be a strong alkaline staple. Now we move over to the meats and we see here that, you know, there's no fried chicken here at all, but there's turkey and salmon and chicken. Now we go here to skim milk, you know, and skim milk is very important. And then we get our whole grain breads. And this is this is our secret sauce.
Ooh.
Manuka honey, not general honey, but Manuka honey.
Manuka honey is available all over the country
All
now.
over the country now, yes.
All right, so reduce this to practice. How is this so important? How does it help us reduce the problems with acid reflux?
Well, I tell you what, these foods are important in winning the battle against heartburn because we don't want to go to pills, or I'm a surgeon, you don't want to go to surgery first. So it is the first line of defense, Dr. Oz.
So reduce it to practice. Take me through a day of typical eating if you're on an alkaline-rich diet.
Now, this is a day of typical eating that my wife loves me to have, and I always fight that battle again to get to. Now, the first one that I want to talk to you about is the smoothie. It has ginger in it. This is a great food to help strengthen that door. We also have bananas in it. And the big thing about this is we don't have acid fruits for breakfast.
We eat acid for breakfast.
Yes.
When you have the junk food that so many of us pick up on a run, it sets us a cascade off that's going to cause problems for us the rest of the day. So this is a nice way of avoiding that. For lunch?
Yeah, and our lunch, you want to get on a roll in the right direction. And now we go to lunch, and we have our spinach, which is a great antacid food, a balancing alkaline food. Now, I don't know about you, but I want a snack, all right? I'm going to want a snack. And look, I know you need that salt and that sugar, but here's a great alternative where you have popcorn, and it doesn't have butter in it, but it actually have Parmesan cheese to give you that little flavor, and then you kind of kick it with a little southern, I call it a little southern something called dill. And this is a great compliment to popcorn that makes it palatable.
Yeah, please try it. It's an easy way to automate your life so you're not putting stuff in your body that opens that trap door up that lets the acid up. You like it?
Delicious apple.
I know, and it goes well in the movies too, by the way.
So
you can see in his eyes he loves his food.
Yeah. Well, he knows because he knows I've lost 160 pounds in the last 13 years. Yeah,
160 pounds.
And I'm fighting that battle every day, and I can identify. So I got to roll with my food, like y'all do, right? Now this is the night. Now I have a weakness at night. I probably pack in more calories at night. And in fact, this particular dish, my wife and my girls will fix with the sauteed shrimp and then angel hair pasta. That's right, boys and girls, you can have your pasta. The only little thing you have to adjust, put a little olive oil in it instead of butter or the white sauce or the spaghetti sauce, the red sauce. Now, the other thing I just want you to remember, if you do all of this, because the majority of you can get better on your own, hopefully you never have to see me.
Which would be nice, except in a social setting.
Exactly.
Right. So,
exactly.
Let me be practical about this. So the first step is to know your alkaline foods and make them part of your diet. But I know you're not going to always be able to do that. If you eat an acidic food, like you have a burger, eat twice as much of the alkaline food.
Oh.
And that's how you transform people's health. And you've seen this in your own practice.
Oh, look, I tell you, I'm a surgeon. They come to me. The majority of people get better if they use this frontline defense. And the other big thing is, and Dr. Oz, I really like what you said about balance. We are going to break the rules, okay? But when you break the rules, one thing, come back. For instance, I know you like your wine. You like your wine? Okay, that's all right. I love
Yes.
you. Okay, if you like your wine,
I do.
you take your sip of wine, and then you have your coconut water waiting on you. That's a great alkaline balance. That's right. And you can keep rolling in the right direction.
Don't you love this guy?
I love him.
All right, so Dr. Rosher's plan is on droz.com. It's his alkaline food plan. Take advantage of it. I want to thank Covidian and Thorax in Atlanta for working with us on this free clinic. It was wonderful. I'll be right back.
Coming up, reality housewife Phaedra Parks opens up, surviving a personal crisis and how to protect your health.
It's been a tough year. Divorce, husband in prison. How do you hold up under the stress?
Her advice gets real next. Trick your body into burning calories faster with the Fast Metabolism Plan, the secret weapon to rev it up. Eat the foods you love without gaining weight. All new Dr. Oz. That's coming up on Monday.
Every week, more than 4.5 million people tune in to watch The Real Housewives of Atlanta. Live, laugh, and, well, argue. But for Phaedra Parks and her estranged husband, Apollo, the reality recently got a little too real. Take a look at this clip from the new season.
With a husband going to jail, that's a divorce.
Here we go. Booyah!
She's having an affair with some guy.
Phaedra is having an affair with some African man named Chocolate.
And who is Mr. Chocolate? The man that you've been sleeping with.
Go away from me.
You wanna talk to me? I built this whole mother house. Stop playing with me, Phaedra. You took everything from me.
Go away from me with this.
With her estranged husband now serving 8 years in prison for fraud and an impending divorce, Phaedra Parks has important advice for all women about surviving a personal crisis and protecting their health. Please welcome Phaedra Parks. I love that outfit.
Oh, thank you.
You look like a Southern Belle.
Oh, well, I am.
She is, yes. We'll talk about that in a minute because you truly are. It's been a tough year.
It has been.
Divorce, husband in prison. I mean, how do you hold up under the stress?
Well, you know,
I've been holding up because, of course, I love to exercise, and that creates so many great endorphins. I always have been a good eater, very healthy.
A good eater, eating a lot, or eating healthy?
Well, eating healthy now.
Okay.
I don't live to eat. I just eat to live. But, but outside of that, I have a really great family, a great mother who's my best friend, my biggest supporter. But I'm a Christian, and I have a very strong faith. So I, start every day with meditation and prayer, and I end every day with meditation and prayer.
I meditate too. I really wish more people would appreciate how valuable it is.
Oh, yeah.
And if they see your story, maybe it'll convince more, because it's life-changing.
It is.
You've done other things in your life to deal with the stress. One of them is confirming that your 5-year marriage to Apollo was over. Are you happy about that decision?
I am. I'm living a new chapter, very peaceful and very calm.
You've historically been very quiet, very reserved, very private about these issues. Why did you decide to become more outspoken about the divorce and the issues in your family?
Well, hopefully my story can empower and encourage other women. I mean, it's millions of women who are in very bad relationships, and they feel as though they can't resolve them, or they are afraid, and they want to free themselves, but they are not empowered enough to do so.
Let me push you on that. I've never actually spoken about why to get divorced before on the show. And I know in some relationships it's so toxic that almost anything is better. For the women who are out there, and there are probably quite a few who are in bad relationships, give them advice about how you build up the courage, and what's the strategy to separate without destroying yourself?
Well, I'm a Southern Belle, and I often say Southern Belles are like Eagle Scouts with vaginas. We're overly prepared. We do it all. And so you have to have a plan and be willing to implement the plan. A plan not only to be financially sound and fiscal, but also emotionally sound.
One of the big things that I think hold women in relationships that are not in their best interest is the kids. How do you maintain a sense of normalcy for those beautiful 2 children of yours?
Well, now we have a lot of peace and calm. I mean, I think children can sense tension, and I've got a 4-year-old, and he's very smart. And I think when there's tension in a marriage, there's tension in a household. And a healthy mom has healthy children. And so now our house is very peaceful, it's very calm. We're starting a new chapter, and it feels good.
So you mentioned Southern Belle, Secrets of a Southern Belle, your book.
Yes.
You give it great advice in here about how to live the happy life, what we all desire. It's about staying balanced. Exactly. So what can you teach us succinctly? What is it that most of us are missing, that we're not doing about the life of a Southern Belle?
Well, being raised down south, and people always say, in order to be a Southern Belle, do you have to be from the South? No, you don't. You just have to want to be nice, and you want to be prepared for whatever happens and be able to handle tough situations gracefully. And so, the 3rd page of my book talks about being nice costs you nothing. But in being nice, sometimes you're healing yourself as well as others. And so I think random acts of kindness, whether it's giving of yourself, giving a gift, giving a smile, a yes ma'am, no sir, thank you, it builds such a great spirit amongst whoever you're with. I mean, it makes everyone happier.
Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it.
I
Wish you the best of luck.
Great time.
Phaedra's book, Secrets of a Southern Belle, is available now. You can watch Phaedra and all the Housewives of Atlanta every Sunday night on Bravo. I'll be right back.
Next, struggling to lose weight? Meet women who have lost a huge amount by adding one simple thing to their diet. Find out their secrets to stay energized and satisfied throughout the day, so you can go from this to this. Next.
Today, you're going to meet 3 women who have lost an incredible amount of weight by adding one simple food to their diet: protein. We're sharing the tips and secrets behind their success and how you can use their Power Protein plan to get the leanest body ever. My first guest is Marie. Now, let me show you Marie's picture from before. There she is. And this is Marie now. Please join us, Marie. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you so much.
Isn't that incredible? And how much weight did you lose?
So I lost 108 pounds total and still working on it.
Still going.
Still going.
I love understanding
Right.
the first time you really got the message. Why did you find the side to lose the weight?
Well, it wasn't the first time I got the message. I had to get the message a few times, and there are solutions out there. And after losing and gaining weight many times, and I've lost over 100 pounds before, I was able to find a solution that worked for me. And it was in cutting out starches and sugars that really helped me. And before that, I was eating anything that wasn't nailed down. So
Yeah, well, and you replaced it with protein, which is the hero
Exactly.
today. And in fact, making breakfast your biggest protein meal of the day. Come on over. I want to show this to everybody.
Yes.
So this is your plan. Now, you used to eat the starchy stuff that so many of us have for breakfast. You trip
Well,
up on that all the time.
Absolutely. I would eat, waffles, pancakes, lumberjack breakfast, Pop-Tarts, anything processed.
my goodness.
I was compulsive, and it was, it was not a good way to start off the day. Let's put it that way.
So when you had the epiphany, and
Right.
there's a big study on this just came out, that folks who have a protein-rich breakfast, they actually eat 26% fewer calories, not at breakfast, but at lunch. So share the secrets of your lean breakfast.
Well, what's great about what I do, and I couldn't do it alone, I do it with the support of other people, and this breakfast stops the craving for more. So this is, equal parts eggs, soy flour, and regatta. It sort of makes a batter. And I also add a little bit of like a sugar-free syrup, and I add a little bit to that. Go ahead, taste it, it's delish. And then I cook up some apples in the microwave, and I add some more of like a caramel sugar-free syrup, and it's delicious, and it's...
It tastes better than regular pancakes to me.
Really?
It really does.
Yay.
And to have that much protein in it. How much protein do you think is in this meal?
I think there's about 30 grams of protein in this meal, and I eat 4 ounces of protein at each meal 3 times a day.
It's a lot of protein.
I love it, and I'm so much happier, and there are solutions out there for people.
I'm very proud of you.
Thanks
for being
so
here.
much.
All right. High protein snacks help Carrie on her weight loss journey. Now, here's what Carrie looked like before. Carrie, come on out. You did that so elegantly.
Oh, thank you, doctors.
They never let me meet the guests beforehand when they have these big reveals. But I got to say, it is remarkable. You carry yourself so daintily.
Thank you.
How much weight did you lose with the protein program?
I have lost 170 pounds.
170 pounds?
Yes.
A lot of weight.
Yes. That's half my body weight.
And when did you realize that protein was a solution, your salvation?
Well, I had decided that it was time to lose weight. My mother had become very sick. So I sat there in ICU holding her hand and made a promise to myself that I was going to get healthy and find a way to do it. So I joined my local gym, I got a trainer, and the first thing he said to me was 100 grams of protein a day. So
100
that
grams.
was 100 grams.
And you've done it?
And I've done it ever since.
All right, so I love this. Show me the secret. So what are your favorite ways of getting your proteins?
Well, these are some snacks that I like to add to my diet. So hard-boiled eggs, turkey pepperoni, or even lunch meat wrapped in lettuce if you're on the go, cheese sticks, the 100-calorie almond packs are awesome.
And how do you use these in juxtaposed with the regular meals you have?
They're just my in-betweens. I eat all day long.
You do?
Not hungry, nope. I go probably like 3 snacks a day, 3 meals a day, so I'm constantly eating.
So you said you're never hungry,
No.
but you lost 170 pounds.
Absolutely, yes.
So next time anyone out there, anyone can hear my voice, goes on a diet and they're hungry, think about this story. If you can lose 170 pounds and look as great as you look and never be hungry, first of all, you'll do it the rest of your life because you're not hungry.
Right.
But you've also found the solution, which is why protein's exciting to me.
Yes.
Proud of you. Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much. Now look at Amanda. This is what she looked like before. And this is her now. Come on out, Amanda. I said protein parity diet. Look at that. She went from a size 22 to a size 4. She lost 110 pounds and 56 inches. Did you really lose that much weight?
I did. Absolutely.
It doesn't seem fake. I mean, it just seems impossible.
No, 110 pounds and 56 inches.
All right, so protein powder was your solution.
Absolutely.
I get that it's practical. Explain to me how this fit into your life.
Well, normally I have it as my breakfast. I get up every morning. I'm a nurse and I work 12-hour shifts, so I plan out my meals every day.
A real healer.
Thank you. I get up every morning and it's the quickest thing I can do. I use unsweetened almond milk. I use a chocolate-based whey protein powder. I use either a half a banana or a whole banana, and I use peanut butter. I blend it all together, and it's my meal for, usually my first meal. Sometimes I'll have it more than one meal a day if I'm feeling sluggish or, you know, just feel like I need a little pick-me-up. And as far as artificial sweeteners, I do not use them at all.
This, my friends, is a die for. It's so good that I'd like, with your permission, to share this with the audience.
Absolutely, absolutely.
A one-time treat to all the audience members. I'm very proud of you. Thank all three of you.
Thank you.
Give it a shot, guys. And Amanda, while they're tasting this, I'll hand it up. Speak to everybody out there at America. Tell them if you have your one little lesson, the one tip, takeaway you want them to have from your story.
Just know that whether you've done it before, this is the first time, it can be done. It takes hard work, sweat, blood, tears, and determination. And it is 100% possible. If you can't do it by yourself, get a support group. Do it with a friend. Do it with your coworkers. You can 100% absolutely do this.
I love you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Guys, pretty good? Yes. All right, we'll be right back. Listen to her.
Coming up next, if you're like most women, the only place you want to see a muffin is in your favorite bakery. Target your most stubborn area and biggest body complaint with plans that combine simple foods to melt that muffin top. Next. Trick your body into burning calories faster with the Fast Metabolism Plan, the secret weapon to rev it up. Eat the foods you love without gaining weight. All new Dr. Oz. That's coming up on Monday.
All year long, I'm going to help you get your best body with easy tips, tricks, and foods to target your most stubborn problem areas. We're going to start off with one of the biggest complaints I hear. We are melting your muffin top. Tawana's joining me. How long has this muffin top been a problem for you?
As long as I can remember, actually. Probably since college days. I don't know. I did everything. I'm exercising. I'm drinking smoothies. I've a lot of cardio, but it's not going. Everything else goes, but the muffin top stays. I can't even wear tight pants, tight shirts, none of that. It went with it.
So what would it mean to you if you can actually erase that muffin top?
Everything. It would mean bikinis. It would mean small crop tops. Everything that, you know, with the new fashion now. Yeah. That's what it would mean to me, everything.
Dancing around, prancing around.
Yes.
Right, so the key to melting a muffin top has to actually do with food, but it's not just any food. It's something called mufas. Monounsaturated fat. Mufas. And these monounsaturated fatty acids are found in plants. And they're plants we eat all the time. We just don't know which plants have them, which ones don't. So we're going to target that muffin top by attacking the hormones that caused it, which these foods will do for us.
Okay.
So, are you ready for mufas?
Let's go.
She doesn't know what's in them yet, but she's going to find out. We're all going to find out. But I'm going to give you one rule first.
Okay.
When you eat your fats, these special little monounsaturated fats, the mufas, you've got to eat them, a couple of servings a day, but you want to eat them with some protein and with some carbs. The right kinds of protein and carbs, they all work together.
Okay.
Let's get started.
Let's go.
Now, the first mufa to melt your muffin top is something we find all the time, but never think of it as a healthy, possible solution to this, which is an avocado.
Okay.
So, you know, about a quarter of avocado a day. Take the rest of the avocado and just sprinkle some lemon juice on it. If that vitamin C will preserve it. Keep the seed in always, obviously. Keeps the avocado from turning brown. But I also wanted to just...
That's a trick.
It's a trick for preserving this avocado, but the question is how to eat that avocado. Okay. And it gets a little tedious eating that all the time. So what I've done is written out to my viewers, and they're so smart out there. They've come up with magical, fabulous ways of telling us how to eat these foods in a healthier way. We've been flooded with responses, including Tina from Phoenix, Arizona, who sent me an avocado chocolate mousse recipe. And she says it helped melt off her muffin top. There's a picture of her, and she looks pretty cool. So we made her recipe. You want to give it a try?
Yeah, sure.
Just take a little bite out of it. I want to try it too. Don't get it on your nose.
I'm trying not to.
Is that special?
Nice.
There's some kick to it. It's got some Greek yogurt, which is one of the reasons I love it as well. Would you eat that for dessert?
Sure.
Especially if it helps your muffin top.
And yeah, definitely, because it tastes like a pudding. It has a pudding feel to it, chocolate pudding, but if it melts the muffin top, Absolutely.
And it's rich and full and
Yes.
savory. Okay, the next mufa to melt your muffin top is eating nuts and seeds. And I've talked about these, you know, pumpkin seeds and sunflower seeds, almonds, peanut butter works as well. You want 1 serving, which is about 2 tablespoonfuls of these. And Monica from Modesto, California wrote in with this idea. She says, by the way, look at all these women. They have lost remarkable amounts of weight. Muffin top is gone. She says her secret was this peanut butter smoothie she makes every day for breakfast. I gave you an example here. Can I share with you?
Sure.
I only made 1 of each. Let's evaluate them together. You go first. Let's see. If it works in Modesto, California, it'll probably work in your home. What do you think?
That's great. Actually, I'm not a peanut butter fanatic. I don't really like peanut butter, but that I can.
You can stomach.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Now keep track of these. We're going to have you vote in the end which ones you like the most.
Okay.
All right. The next move to melt your muffin top is actually found in olives.
Okay.
You can have olives in many ways. One serving is about 10 olives, so you actually get a fair amount. Vanessa from Montreal, Quebec, says that she packs her skewers with olives when she makes them for lunch or for dinners. And she says this actually helped her melt off her muffin top, as you can see from that picture. She did a pretty good job. So I don't know how you get to the. Hey, you know what? Here's a nice little skewer with an almond there. They would look like this when they're done.
Okay.
Pretty elegant. I think they're decorative as well. A little easier, more on the salty side than the sweet side. I think it can be helpful.
Okay.
Okay, I think that no matter what you thought before, this is gonna be hard to beat, this last one.
Okay.
This is the final muffin top solution. It's actually dark chocolate. Just being clear about this, the serving is 1.5 ounces, not the big wafer like this. You can't eat this whole thing. This is not a serving size.
Okay.
Right? But Rita from Cleveland, Ohio has a very, very cool way of melting off her muffin top. There she is. She looks fabulous as well. All our guests did. She actually creates dark chocolate covered strawberries. But here's how she does it. It's, who's going to go through there and dip it in the chocolate and hang it? No one's going to do
Tedious,
that.
right?
Again, this year is about making simple steps you can do in your home that don't cost a fortune. Take an ice cube tray, which you have anyway. Put the chocolate in the bottom. Then insert the strawberry inside of it. And when you pull them out, they look like this.
Wow.
Now you go ahead and take yours, I'll take mine. And now you go ahead and take a bite there, but leave room in your mouth to be able to speak, because you're gonna have to vote on one of these. Which one is the recipe you think America should make first?
This one.
I think so too. I will make them all though. Thanks to all my viewers who brought their healthy back and shared the recipes. You can find them all on DrOz.com. Send me yours too. We'll be right back.
Acclaimed actor and family cook Stanley Tucci serves up his love of Italian cuisine with a slight twist. It's gluten and dairy-free. Learn traditional family recipes everyone can make that are easy, healthy, and delicious. Coming up next.
We are bringing healthy back this season. I want you to bring it too. Grab your prescription pad for fun and sign up for free tickets today. You can go to DrOz.com/tickets and sign up. Did I get it right? My next guest has done it all. He's an Academy Award-nominated actor, a producer, director, New York Times bestselling author, and today he's showing off his skills in the kitchen. Please welcome Stanley Tucci. He's got a new book. It's called The Tucci Table.
Yes.
Which we're going to talk about a little bit. Now, you love cooking with family and friends.
Yeah.
You make a big deal in the book about saying you want them sort of all around. You want them around the table.
Yeah, I do.
Why does that matter?
Well, it's the way I grew up. You know, I grew up in a big Italian family, extended Italian family. And we sat down to dinner every night with our immediate family. And then Sundays we would meet with the extended family. And it was a great way to talk about your day, talk about your feelings, or not talk about your feelings.
That's right. Probe.
And just eat.
So you have to make an extra spot at your table. You're expecting a child.
Yes, we are expecting a child. Yes, next year, yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
So it's a health show, so if you don't mind, I'll ask one health issue for you. You seem to be sensitive to dairy and to gluten, which is, I would think, a difficult challenge when you're eating Italian food in an Italian family.
Yeah, it is. And of course, I didn't know it until I was much older. So I sort of suffered for many years.
Made you sensitive.
Through this, through this very delicious food. But so when I was in my late 20s, I realized that I was lactose intolerant. And it was only about a year ago that I attempted to get off of gluten. So I made the attempt, and within 3 days, I felt 1,000 times better.
In 3 days?
Yeah.
Isn't that remarkable?
Yeah. And I've stuck with it for the last year now, and it's fantastic.
But why do you think you didn't figure it out earlier? You're a very insightful man.
Well, I'm not very bright, really. That's
Yes,
the trouble.
well,
I think I was in denial. I was sort of in denial that was going to be the thing. Do you know what I mean? And I thought, oh, it can't be that. It can't be that. Because I love pasta and I love bread. And I thought, oh, it can't be. And of course it is. So then you have to figure out how to work it out.
Which is our topic today. The Tucci table is a big topic. So I thought we'd actually challenge you by creating our own Tucci tasting table.
I love
it. Up for it? These are very tough judges, Corinne, Lancy, and Deborah from the audience. They're not in a good mood.
Oh, you picked them?
Yes, they're the audience. There they are. Look at them over there. Come on over here.
All right.
So here's what they do. They love Italian food. They apparently know a lot about Italian food.
Really?
Yeah, and I told them to be very colorful in their commentary. Okay. So we want to know how gluten-free and dairy-free food actually turns out when it's Italian food. All right. First is a pasta bolognese.
Right. This is a classic bolognese that is a combination of, every recipe, there's a million recipes of bolognese. But this is one that I came up with over the last few years. And it's, again, classic with the sort of celery and carrot and all that stuff and onion and all that delicious stuff. And you can serve it with a rice pasta, which is what this is.
So you avoid the gluten there. Ladies, please get tasting. Oh, they already are.
They are.
Ask them. All right. But you've got cheese here. I mean, cheese has...
Yes,
no matter
cheese
how you fudge it, you got a little bit of dairy.
Right, you have a little bit of dairy here if you choose to. This is Parmigiana, and when a cheese is aged, you seem to lose a lot of that lactose in it. But this would be Pecorino Romano, which is a sheep's cheese. And I have no issue, and a lot of people who are lactose intolerant won't have an issue with goat's cheese or sheep's cheese in whatever form. So that's the way I get my dairy.
Well, ladies, what do you think about this so far?
Oh my God.
Delicious.
Really?
This is
Really
delicious.
Oh, they're just saying that. As delicious as it is, this is a lot of pasta here. What do you do with the leftovers?
With the leftovers, there are no leftovers in my house. That's the thing. Not with my children.
Okay, seared scallops. Ladies, start tasting.
All right. Yeah. This is a great dish. This is actually one of my wife's dishes. My wife is the one who helped me with the book, and she's British. And she's a hell of a cook, even though she's British, and that's a terrible joke.
Exactly. Yeah,
no, but the Brits have incredible food. We live in London, and there's so much variety in London now, and great artisanal food. So seared scallops, really simple. Pureed peas, a little bit of pancetta here that's sautéed quickly. And this is sort of a take on mushy peas, which is the classic pea dish that you have with fish and chips. Yeah.
Ladies, I think it's a little bland, don't you?
I think that the pea is bright, and I think that the scallop is cooked beautifully.
Thank you very much.
Oh, come on. They would never say that to me.
No.
Is that true? You like the scallops?
I would actually love this over a salad, over lettuce.
Yeah, over lettuce would be perfect.
Would that work?
That would absolutely work.
Actually add a lot of. I like the crunch factor.
Yeah, I do too. Just that little bit of crispy pancetta, it's nice.
And your bolognese is absolutely wonderful. I'm the Nona to 13 grandkids, so
Yeah?
I know my gravy, and this is just as good as mine, if not better.
Oh my gosh, that's it.
As a testimony, I don't know if you noticed this, but we actually moved on past the bolognese. We're doing the scallops now. Did you taste those too?
I did taste those
They're finishing their plates.
They're wonderful.
Right. But there's a surprise. There's a surprise for you here.
For me?
Yes, for you. Yes. I thought,
All right.
I thought it'd be nice just to get to know you a little
What
better.
kind of surprise?
Yes, I'll show you.
Did you find it?
It's right here. Yes. I know there's one fish that you like, and so there it is. And you know what that is, don't you?
Yeah, well, these are sardines, but they're made just the way I like them.
Yeah. This is one of the recipes from the book.
It is?
Absolutely delicious.
Wait, let me share my sardines with you guys. Here, cut that up. Okay. Nona's still having her...
And the head?
You always eat the head.
Eat the head, yeah.
You eat the head? You have to eat the head.
Eat the head.
Yeah, why would you not eat the head?
It's good, the head. And sardines are good, as you know. There's so many all those fish oils in there, all those omega-3s.
Oh, good.
Cook really quickly. Yeah. They're great.
Oh, there you go.
Good, huh?
Mm-hmm. Now, here's the thing. The head, if you want to be smart, the head is the best brain food out there. So take the head.
Yep.
All right.
It's about all experts of fish, they know it. You like it?
It's really good.
Luna, did you get any?
Nice and crispy.
Nice and crispy, all right. Now, the big surprise here, and you all talked about salad as maybe being an option here, but you actually don't have your salad here or here. No. You've strangely put it at the very end of the meal, a bistro salad with shallot vinaigrette. Yeah. Why? Why is it in this place in the
Well, salad is something that, and you know this, that it helps you digest at the end of a meal. It cleans your teeth and it cleans your palate.
What do you guys think about the salad, and what do you think about having salad as your last meal of the day? Could we change that in America?
For me, I usually have my salad at the beginning.
At the beginning.
We all
At the
do.
beginning. And,
Right.
But I honestly can say, this is a great idea to have it at the end. Like I think I can taste it better.
Pretty
Love
tasty, isn't it?
This is beautiful.
I've loved having you. I wish you were more critical of Stanley, but in fairness to him, the recipes are absolutely fabulous. You can go to drhouse.com for more of them, and make sure you take out Stan Tucci's book, The Tucci Table. It's a very, very cool book. We'll be right back.
Trick your body into burning calories faster with the Fast Metabolism Plan, the secret weapon to rev it up. Eat the foods you love without gaining weight. Plus, after 24 hours in labor,
It's a very dicey moment. We've got to make some decisions.
a high-risk pregnancy becomes a race against the clock.
Push.
I can't.
All new Dr. Oz. That's coming up on Monday.
I've always said that breakfast is the most important meal of the day. So when the New York Times photographer Hannah Whitaker highlighted kids' breakfasts from around the world, I knew I had to share them with you. So here's a typical breakfast in Japan. 2-year-old Suki eats miso soup, pickled cucumber, and even grilled salmon. My friends, this is the breakfast of champions. Next, here's what they're eating in Amsterdam. 5-year-old Viv's breakfast is a glass of milk with bread, unsalted butter, and chocolate sprinkles. Look how happy she is. The Dutch eat, listen to this carefully, at least 750,000 slices of bread topped with chocolate sprinkles every single day. And my breakfast from my parents' native country, Turkey, is like what Doğan's having here, which is olives, tomatoes, hard-boiled eggs, and traditional Turkish cheeses, full of protein. It's what I had growing up when I was a little kid as well. Now it's time for In Case You Missed It. First, let's all give another round of applause for our 3 wonderful women, Marie, Amanda, and Carrie. Here's Amanda's picture. You remember them. Like Marie and Carrie, she lost more than 100 pounds by simply adding protein to her diet, and they did too. They gave us 3 wonderful ways to add more protein. First is to aim for a 30-gram protein breakfast. To achieve this, you try a protein pancake. It's got ricotta, as she said, ricotta, eggs, soy flour, and cooked apple. Or you can have a protein powder, which you can add to a smoothie. And protein powders come in 4 different types. There's whey, egg, soy, or rice. There's no sugar added, so you can pick one that you like the taste of, but make sure there's no sugar or artificial sweeteners. Another fantastic way to add protein is to take a high-protein snack wherever you go. So, for example, try taking some cold cuts and wrap them in lettuce. It's a very simple way to get the protein you need and never be hungry, which is what these women told me was the secret to losing all this weight and keeping it off. Finally, I'm going to close with a warning. Please be careful about what you buy online, especially weight loss pills. There's some dubious people online that prey on folks like you who are trying to do the right thing for your health. Sometimes they even try to make it seem like I'm endorsing their products. I don't. To see a full list of our trusted sponsorship partners, go to droz.com, and I'll see you next time.